Hey guys, what's going on? It's Valerie here. If you're new, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. So today I'm going to react to some red flags around Simone Biles and Jonathan Ong's marriage. People think that it's somehow fishy, and we are going to find out why people think that. Let's go straight into the video, guys.
Gymnastics. So by her 20th birthday on March 14th, 2017, she still hadn't been in a real relationship. She told Entertainment Tonight, "I have never had a boyfriend in my life. At 20 years old, I feel like you should have gone through those things and gone
Wow,
on dates. I have been on maybe
20
one
years?
proper date."
20
When
years
the
is,
date went,
I
Simone
mean,
said she
well,
thought it went okay.
maybe
and ended
in
with a
their
kiss.
culture.
We're unsure of the mystery man's identity, but we do know that in the summer of 2017, her grandmother hired a guy named Stacy Irvin to be her personal trainer. Stacy was also an amateur gymnast at the time. Simone eventually met Stacy. They hit it off and started dating. She told People magazine that because of their busy careers, they were realistic about how much time they could devote to each other. She added, "We already know in each other's lives we don't come first, and that's okay with the both of us. So we do what we need to do, and then we come together. It's fine." In December 2019, Simone was invited to lead her home team, the Houston Texans, out of the tunnel during one of their games. She later posed for a photo on the field, and there was a guy standing behind her.
Is that
They
the
didn't pay each
mother?
other any mind and went their separate ways. Things were going great with
Oh,
Simone and
that was
Stacy up until the
Jonathan.
start of the pandemic. Simone confirmed that after almost 3 years of dating, they had called it quits in March 2020. She expressed how difficult it was to be with someone for so long and then to watch it all fall apart. However, she said their breakup was for the
I
best.
think Simone has my mindset. What scares me and frightens me is when you meet that person and you want to be with that person. I mean, the fact that it scares me because the fact that you're going to be with that person for like so long, and then like you would definitely get fed up with that person.
It always is, girl. It always is. Let them just go. The same month she and Stacy broke up, her friend encouraged her to sign up for an invite-only dating app called Raya. Now, let me get this right. She was in a relationship for 3 years, and the same month they broke up, she hopped on a dating site. That's my kind of girl, all right?
Oh.
Auntie always say the best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody. Okay. She came across a guy's profile and was immediately interested, so she swiped on him.
Whoa.
Okay. She got tight.
Face attraction.
The guy saw the interaction, looked at her profile, and saw that Simone was a gymnast. However, he said he didn't recognize her. He swiped back to show he was interested. Then he went to the gym. When he picked up his phone a little while later, he saw that Simone had gone on his
Wait a
Instagram.
minute. So this guy is in US. How come he did not recognize her? Was it that Simone didn't have her own picture on the profile? Because I mean that is like number one red flag. Simone is popular in the States, right? Well,
And liked a bunch of his photos. There's yourself at her. Let him know that. The chase. He told the Pivot podcast that he decided he still wanted to wait a bit before responding. He hopped in the shower, and when he was done, he noticed Simone had already messaged him on the app. You see how he waited? You see how he waited? Now, the roles have switched. He has become the chased, and she has become the chaser. Wrong. Backwards from the beginning. Simone told the Wall Street Journal, "I saw him and I was like, oh, he's pretty cute." So
she made the
then I saw
first
that he
move.
was in the Houston area, so we started chatting a little bit. The guy turned out to be St. Louis, Missouri native Jonathan Owens. Jonathan went undrafted and was first signed by the Arizona Cardinals as a college free agent in April 2018 and played in the safety position. Less than a year later, he was waived by the Cardinals and signed to the Houston Texans practice squad. He was promoted to the team's active roster and then waived 2 days later. He stayed on the Texans practice squad for 6 weeks until he was called up again in January 2020. In other words, he can't keep a job. That's what you're trying to say. Was on the beach. Was a bench warmer.
Oh
That's
my
what
God.
And guess what? Jonathan was also the same guy who was standing in the background of Simone's picture that she took
Is
at the
this
Texans Stadium
soulmate,
back in
guys?
2019.
Is this soulmate? Because this statement that people made that we've all met like our soulmates one way or the other before. That's what's like. So who knows? Maybe Jonathan and Simone are soulmates.
Jonathan told the
Why are
Pivot
people
podcast that if Simone hadn't messaged him first, he
worried
probably would
about
have
their
forgotten about her
so-called
and moved
relationship,
on with his life.
marriage?
When the host told him he was the prize in the relationship, Jonathan didn't disagree.
So you was really the catch in. I always say the man the catch, and I always say the catch.
Jonathan has adamantly told multiple media outlets, including Texas Monthly Magazine, that he didn't know who Simone was before they met. He said he was too busy in college and was in NFL training camp, so he didn't have time to keep up with everything that was going on in gymnastics.
I
didn't know
see.
that he was at the time. I promise you.
It could be.
Recognize the most
It could
decorated
be.
gymnast in the world, Craig. In the world.
I know, right?
Simone Biles is one of the greatest gymnasts of all time. Everybody knows who Simone Biles is. Guess who we don't know? Jonathan Owens. What team does he play on? What
But it
position
could
does he
also
play?
be that he was
He
actually
don't play.
occupied and he didn't know who Simone was. Why are people being like twisting the whole thing?
And a year later, she in your DM. You talking about you don't know who the hell she was. Couldn't he go tell that lie to
Damn.
somebody else? Online users called Cap. They dug through Jonathan's Twitter account and found old tweets from 2012 where he was watching gymnastics and making comments about fellow gymnast Gabby Douglas. So fans put two and two together. If he knew who Gabby was, then he definitely knew who Simone was. In other words, they called him a big fat liar.
Yeah. But you will never know where he knew Gabby from,
After
you know?
exchanging messages for a few days, Simone made the 45-minute drive to Jonathan's place in Houston.
Whoa, he hair making the move? Damn. You know, in a relationship, whenever the lady makes a move, meaning that there is a question mark, guys, there is a question mark. Because they, first of all, will feel like, well, she's the one who likes me. So even when it comes to like more treating the lady in the relationship, they don't care because they know that like she was the one interested and they were never interested.
Hey, shit, how many times I gotta tell you to stop chasing these damn men? How are you supposed to know if a man is interested if you running up behind his ass all the time, pursuing him and doing all the heavy lifting? It's your damn gas on a nigga that can't keep a job. From there, they kept in contact and continued chatting and flirting on FaceTime for a couple of weeks. During one of their FaceTime sessions, Simone's sister grabbed the phone and invited Jonathan to join them on a trip to a lake house. Jonathan agreed to go and brought his English bulldog to play with Simone's French bulldog. After that, Jonathan was invited to the Biles family's Sunday dinners. He told the Pivot podcast that initially he was afraid to commit because it was his third year in the league and he felt it was too early for him to be locked down. But because they hit it off so quickly, he decided to make things official. See, there go that nuance again. There go that nuance. If you listen to what people say in between what they say.
Because first of all, he said what he was in his third year and he was scared to commit to the relationship. So like I mean if someone really likes someone, they wouldn't be scared to commit. Or am I wrong, guys? First of all, they wouldn't be scared to commit. So
he told the podcast he was only in his third year and it's too early for him to settle down. In other words, what he was trying to say is, I might make it big and I might be able to, trap me somebody better than Simone. That's what he's trying to say, because Simone ain't his type. His entire interview with the Pivot podcast bothered a lot of people. Not only did it come across as if Simone was chasing him at the start of their relationship, but Jonathan really didn't seem that into her. Online users begged Simone to remember that she was the prize and the star in their relationship, and they urged her to drop his ass. She later appeared on the Call Her Daddy podcast and said that she found the outrage comments hilarious at first, but then she finally broke down because hearing people talk about Jonathan in such a negative way hurt her feelings. Wow. They went Instagram official a few months after meeting. Jonathan told Texas Monthly Magazine that the pandemic played a vital role in the foundation of their relationship. Because the world had slowed down and there wasn't much to do, they had a lot of time to get to know each other. He also described their relationship as a match made in heaven and stated, "There's no better person for me. She loves me. She's so affectionate.
But
I
I
just
have
love
a
her."
nice
But do you
public
love her?
PDA.
It sounds like you just like the
Guys,
way
what
she
do you
makes you
think?
feel. But is
I
the
like
feeling
their
mutual in
PDA a lot. Like,
While chatting with the Today Show, Jonathan said he knew their relationship was special by the way his dog Zeus reacted to her. What? Dogs like everything. And you steady talking about how the dog felt around her, how she made you feel. Nigga, we ain't heard yet how you feel about Simone. I'm ready for some gushy gushy. You know, some romantic talk. Something waxing romantic. I ain't heard yet about how much you love Simone, how you feel about her. I'll wait. As for Simone, well, she told the Today Show that their personalities matched up and they had the same sense of humor. She also loved the fact that they're both athletes, so they understand each other.
But they look good together.
Together, and they got so close that Simone said they
They look
decided to
good
move
together,
in together.
guys.
In 2021, they celebrated their first anniversary as a couple. However, they couldn't celebrate together since Simone was competing for Team USA at the Olympics in Tokyo. As for Jonathan, well, he got waived by the Houston Texans again in August 2021 and re-signed to the practice squad. Months later, in December 2021, he signed a 2-year deal for $1.1 million. But by January 2022, he was placed on the injured reserve after he dislocated his wrist. Although things weren't going well in his professional career, his relationship was still on the right track. They got engaged on Valentine's Day 2022. In March 2023, they started building a house together in Texas. And in April 2023, they got married in a private ceremony. 1 month later, they had a destination wedding in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. They had to cut their honeymoon short because Jonathan got a call from the Green Bay Packers to sign a 1-year contract.
Jonathan looks good, and Simone too looks good, guys. Let's be honest. They look good
Just
together.
one season, Jonathan left Green Bay and signed a 2-year deal with the Chicago Bears. Online users reminded him of his irrelevance by omitting his name from headlines and simply referring to him as Simone Biles' husband. This is it. When people think about
damn, you know how guys don't like their pride, their dignity being looked down upon, and Jonathan being referred to as Simone Biles' husband, that might have hurt his what is it him a lot. Damn.
Jonathan, they always refer back to his damaging interview with the Pivot podcast, where he made Simone look like a little thirst bucket. Social media users have continued to leave distasteful comments about him on Simone's profile, and Homegirl is sick of it. After easily winning a U.S. Classic in May 2024, she took to her Instagram to write, "Y'all are blatantly being disrespectful to my relationship and my husband, so I'm going to go ahead and say this one time. Respectfully, if you keep commenting or tweeting,
she was
I'm just going to block you. Simple as that."
But I think, let's be honest, guys. Well, let's complete this.
To go to him and say, "Listen, you had a fucked up interview. Go back and fix that shit." We ain't heard, another statement from this man. He need to make another statement and fix what the fuck he said. He needs to be the one to calm the story, not you. Ain't nothing worse than a man who disparages a woman in an interview and gets kickback from it, complains about it, because I bet that's what he did. They talking about me in the comments. And then here she comes, Captain Save-A-Ho, to get him out of the trouble he caused in the first place. As of this video, Simone and Jonathan are going strong with their long-distance marriage, and they appear to be happier than ever. On July 15th, 2024, it was announced that Jonathan would skip NFL training camp to support Simone at the Olympics. One online user wrote, "He knows who's paying the bills. Go on ahead and support the breadwinner, Jonathan." This is here. Simone gonna bite y'all ankles. You keep talking about her name. And with that, we wish Simone and Jonathan nothing but the best. Let this be a lesson to y'all to never marry anybody who has less education than you, less money than you, or less notoriety than you, unless they are self-actualized human beings and have gone through therapy, especially if they are a man, because men have an issue with marrying women who are, they got an issue with that. They got an issue with that because their ego takes it.
I
Even though you're
agree.
supposed to be in a
Yeah,
partnership, even
I
though the woman ain't
agree.
thinking nothing about that, she
I
just loves what she
agree. I
loves. The
agree.
man's ego takes a hit. And what he will do is he will try to downplay her accomplishments. He will
Mhm.
try to downplay her
Mhm.
education.
Mhm.
He will try to
Mhm.
downplay how much money she has so that he can feel better about himself. He will constantly find ways to undermine her in the public eye because she's a public figure. Give her flowers, John. Get in position. Get into position. But you're going to have to fix your philosophy about marriage. You have to get that ego in check. Simone, listen to Auntie. Listen to Auntie. Value yourself.
Okay, guys. Let's be honest. I feel like none of us have the right to like judge or even tweet at Simone to question her about her relationship first of all. And I mean, it's up to them to decide whether to be together or not to be together. And I feel like they're being there for each other, supporting each other. And Simone, of course, goes to support Jonathan. Jonathan also goes to support Simone. It's a um two-way affair, right? It's not like a one-way affair. So I see nothing wrong with their relationship, but in this like world that we are in, of course, whenever the girl makes a move and makes it obvious that she likes the guy, naturally it is assumed that it's the girl that likes the guy. The guy is not interested. And first of all, yeah, guys don't like women who are valued or who are praised more than them because of like their egos. So I agree with that part. But we never know. Not all men are the same. So we never know. Maybe Jonathan is not like that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.